Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Well, guys, we're back out at our grandson's swim class because today is his last day. He actually graduates out of his class, and he wanted his Nana and Popo there. And Judy and I are absolutely tickled pink to be out here and be able to actually watch him graduate from it. It's really an amazing thing. Well, guys, right off the tip top, I want us to think about what's going on in Maui and the folks that are really, really being hurt by this absolute tragedy. I know Judy and I have been really holding them up in prayer and just kind of like laying before the Lord, what's going on there, really believing God's going to be able to reach into that community, really minister to those people. And hey, I would just encourage you all out there in the wide world, lift them up in prayer, and that God would really, intervene in this absolutely horrific situation. And if you are in Hawaii, in that area, and you're able to lend a helping hand or whatever, I would just encourage you, go out, do whatever you possibly can do, if it's at all possible for you to do it. Now, guys, something that I've been reading, a couple articles, but the big deal, of course, is this whole Ripple thing with the SEC filing their letter of intent for a notice of appeal. What's interesting about it is a lot of people are saying, wow, there you go. It's that decision that XRP is not a security is being appealed. And guys, that is absolutely the opposite. That's not what the SEC intends to appeal. They are not appealing the fact that XRP was absolutely classified by the court as a non-security. That cannot be appealed. Do you know what they're actually going out there and appealing really? It's the programmatic sales. And on top of that, the reason for that is this. Listen to this, because this part is wild. So, of course, with that decision that Judge Torres made, not only did she say that XRP was not a security, but guys, it was the institutional sales and how they went down that were classified as securities. And guess what? All these guys that have been pushing this Ethereum free pass and protecting all of these disguised whales, and of course the coin factory that Joseph Lubin had going there with Consensus. Well, according to Judge Torres' decision, all of those could be determined to be security transactions. So what is the SEC out there trying to appeal? They're trying to appeal the programmatic sales. That is mind-blowing because, guys, they're out there. It was all this Ethereum free pass stuff and everything. But I'll tell you what, later on today, we're going to be doing a pretty big deep dive into it. And that's what our video is going to be on this afternoon, where we're going to be able to nitpick and then get right down the nitty gritty and get all the details for you, because we don't want to get shaken out with all the FUD that's coming, because there is heaps of it, to be sure. Now, guys, the other article that I was reading is a big deal, and this is about a contracting money supply. Guys, they're trying to tell us that this liquidity crisis is all but over. Absolute hogwash. The fact of the matter is, the money supply has contracted. I think it was over 1 trillion in the last year. And that's because you got banks out there not out giving all these loans, approving mortgages, cars, and all this kind of stuff. And we know that because we're seeing the credit crunch, aren't we? We're watching people's scores go down, this and that, people not able to make their payments. And of course, the broad money supply, that would go out into the marketplace to keep the economy humming and going, well, that's being contracted because banks are not out there giving these loans. Now, are the banks being bailed out? Well, we've seen it happen. Are these central banks around the world buying the market? Well, absolutely. We can see that going on too. And the CPI numbers are coming out. We're going to see what the result of that is going to be. But the deal is this: the money supply, that is a big time indicator. And in this article, they were basically saying, hey, look, we haven't seen the likes of this contraction since the Great Depression. And just prior to the Great Depression, there was a major money supply crunch. And then obviously we went into this major, absolutely devastating collapse. Well, guys, we're seeing a major liquidity crisis like we have never seen before. And guess what? What's the solution for that, guys? Well, we know what it is. It's this distributed ledger technology space. And how do you solve the liquidity crisis? Well, you do away with Nostro Vostro for one, don't you? Because if you do away with Nostro Vostro, what happens, guys? Well, what happens is you end up freeing up all those accounts, those, that are holding on to all this liquidity, trying to protect the, that was there to secure, these various, interglobal transactions and all that kind of stuff. And hey, we solve that with this distributed ledger technology, then we're gonna see a major change in this space. It's gonna be something else. Well guys, this is a short one because I'm gonna catch my grandkid doing his swimming there, but I really wanted to reach out to you today and especially, to encourage you, lift up these guys in Maui in prayer. They really need it. And guys, I know you're a fantastic community. The support you showed Judy and I when Judy's mom was passing was truly phenomenal. And I really encourage you just to get out there and really support, the help that these guys are gonna need that are really suffering with this Maui deal, and really hold them up in prayer. But until later on today, when we have an amazing video for you, I sure hope you have a fantastic one, and take care.